Read the following passage and answer the questions 1 through 9. An incredible story. Man is a social organism and social service is essential in man-making education system. There are many types of community services and students have to do a lot of work in this field. They have some responsibility to eradicate illiteracy. They can hold night schools for illiterate adults and give them lessons on the 3 R's. They can eliminate bad practices and inform people about health and sanitation laws. They can dig wells, repair bad roads, and clean dirty ponds. They can take an active part in bringing relief to the victims during emergencies like floods, famines, and earthquakes. In normal times, they can organize cultural programs for poor villagers because we know the poverty is depressing, but hard work is killing. It is true that student studies will suffer a little if they focus on social service, but on the whole, they will benefit because social service will promote their empathy, increase their love for their country, and develop their organizational skills. Question number 1. According to the passage, why is social service essential in the education system? Option A, it helps students make more friends. B, it is way to get extra credit. C, it promotes empathy and develops organizational skills. D, it helps students get into better colleges. So it is given in the paragraph. This will benefit because social service will promote their empathy and increase their love for the country and develop their organizational skills. So option C is the correct option. It promotes empathy and develops organizational skills. Question number 2. What is one way that students can help to eradicate illiteracy? Option A, hold night schools for adults. B, organize cultural programs for poor villagers. C, repair the roads. And D, give health and sanitation lessons to people. So it is written that to eradicate illiteracy, they can hold night schools for illiterate adults. So option A is the correct option, hold night schools for adults. Question number 3. What can students do to help eliminate bad practices? Option A, hold cultural programs for poor villagers. B, organize relief efforts during emergencies. C, give health and sanitation lessons to people. D, repair bad roads and clean dirty ponds. So to eliminate bad practices, they can inform people about health and sanitation laws. So option C is the correct option, give health and sanitation lessons to people. Question number 4. What is one way that students can help during emergencies like floods, famines, and earthquakes? Option A, hold night schools for adults. Option B, repair bad roads and clean dirty ponds. C, organize cultural programs for poor villagers. D, organize relief efforts for victims. So they can organize relief efforts for victims. Option D is the correct option. Question number 5. According to the passage, what is one benefit of social service for students? Option A, they will get better grades in school. B, they will have more free time. C, they will develop organizational skills. And D, they will earn more money in the future. So here C is the correct option. They will develop organizational skills. Question number 6. What is one thing that students can do to help poor villagers during normal times? Option A, organize relief efforts during emergencies. Give health and sanitation lessons to people. C, hold night schools for adults. D, organize cultural programs for poor villagers. In normal times, they can organize cultural programs for poor villagers. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 7. According to this passage, what is one way that social service can benefit a student's love for their country? Option A, it can increase their empathy for others. B, it can help them make more friends. C, it can improve their organizational skills. And D, it can help them get a better job. So option A is the suitable option here. It can increase their empathy for others. Question number 8. What is one way that students can help with sanitation issues? Option A, hold night schools for adults. B, organize relief efforts during emergencies. C, repair bad roads and clean dirty ponds. D, give health and sanitation lessons to people. To deal with the sanitation issues, they can give health and sanitation lessons to people. Question number 9. According to the passage, what is one way that poverty affects people? Option A, it makes them more depressed. B, it makes them work harder. C. It increases their organizational skills. D. It limits their access to cultural programs. So poverty makes them more depressed. So option A is the correct option here. Question number 10. Read the following passage and answer the below given questions. Rosa Parks, lifelong activist. Rosa Parks began advocating for equal rights for African Americans in the 1940s when she was a young woman. She organized community meetings, helped find lawyers for those who had been falsely accused of crimes, and assisted citizens in navigating the cumbersome and discriminatory voters registration process. However, Parks did not become well known until 1955, when she refused a bus driver's order to relinquish her seat to a white passenger. She then helped lead a successful boycott against the bus company. In the following years, Parks continued her activism, eventually working for a US congressman. In 1987, she co-founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development, an organization dedicated to training and inspiring young people. Having devoted her life to the quest for justice, Rosa Parks is considered an American hero. What is the main or central idea of the passage? Option A is, as an activist and a leader, Rosa Parks devoted her life to civil rights. B. Rosa Parks is known for refusing to give up her seat on a bus to a white passenger. C. Later in life, Rosa Parks founded the Rosa and Raymond Parks Institute for Self-Development. D. All of above. So option A is the only correct option here. Question number 11. Which narrative point of view is shown in the following passage? The Redley plays fascinated Dill. In spite of our warnings and explanations, it drew him as the moon draws water, but drew him no nearer than the light pole on the corner, a safe distance from the Redley gate. There he would stand, his arm around the fat pole, staring and wondering. Option A, first person, B, second person, C, third person limited, and D, third person omniscient. So here in first person narration, the narrator is the person in the story telling the story from their own point of view. So I or we is used. A second person narrative is the story in which writers express the main character's action and thoughts using the personal pronoun you to address the reader. In third person limited, the narrator only knows the thoughts and feelings of one character, so he or she is used. So option C is the correct option. Question number 12. Read the following source of allusion and answer the below given question. The character Cinderella from the fairy tale of the same name transforms from a disrespected and neglected young woman to a wife of a prince. What is the meaning of the allusion in the sentence below? The judge frequently described her life as a Cinderella story. Option A, a life without difficulty. Option B, an unending adventure. C, a dramatic gain in wealth or status. D, none of these. So C is the suitable option here, because we know that Cinderella's life was very difficult, but there was a dramatic gain in the wealth or status when she became the wife of the prince. Question number 13. Consider this claim. Daily stress contributes to long-term health problems. Which is the strongest evidence to support the claim? Option A. On the Community Health Forum, a middle-aged man wrote, I know for a fact that my high blood pressure is directly linked to my stress level. B. In one recent survey, 40% of respondents reported having trouble sleeping because of stress. C. Researchers have shown that stress can be a factor in the development of heart disease, depression, and obesity. D. All of these. So option C is the strongest evidence to support this claim. So we will choose option C here. Question number 14. Read the following excerpt and answer the below given questions. It is adapted from President Ronald Reagan's 1986 televised address after the space shuttle Challengers burst into flames upon takeoff. The explosion claimed the lives of all 7 astronauts on board. Today is a day for mourning and remembering. Nancy and I are pained to the core by the tragedy of the shuttle Challenger. We know we share this pain with all of the people of our country. This is truly a national loss. We have grown used to wonders in this century. It's hard to dazzle us. But for 25 years, the United States space program has been doing just that. We have grown used to the idea of space, and perhaps we forget that we have only just begun. We are still pioneers. They, the members of the Challenger crew, were pioneers. And I want to say something to the school children of America who were watching the live coverage of the shuttle's takeoff. I know it is hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen. It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery. It's all part of taking a chance and expanding man's horizons. The future doesn't belong to the faint-hearted. It belongs to the brave. The Challenger crew was pulling us into the future, and we will continue to follow them. The crew of the Space Shuttle Challenger honored us by the manner in which they lived their lives. We will never forget them, nor the last time we saw them. This morning, as they prepared for the journey and waved goodbye and slipped the surly bonds of earth to touch the face of God. Based on this excerpt, what is the purpose of Ronald Reagan's speech? Option A, to offer reassurance to his audience. B, to mourn the loss of the space program. C, to explain why the space shuttle exploded. D, to warn his audience about space travel's dangers. So here option A is the correct option, to offer reassurance to his audience. Question number 15. Read the following memo and answer the below given questions. Memorandum. Hello everyone, given the large number of clients we see in this office, it is absolutely vital that everyone utilize the same conference room scheduling procedures. We rolled out a new online calendar system last May. Many of you have been scheduling online with great success, but some people are still using the old paper system. We are offering a short voluntary training refresher on the new calendar program for everyone who is having trouble or needs help. Please join us in the West Conference Room on Thursday afternoon from 2 to 2:30. You should receive a calendar invitation by email later this afternoon. What is the main purpose of this memo? Option A, to announce that there is a new conference room available for meetings. B, to remind the staff of the proper scheduling tool for reserving conference rooms. C, to explain which conference rooms are available for virtual client meetings. D, to alert the staff to a required training for reviewing scheduling procedures. So here D is the correct option. Question number 16. Read the following notice and answer the below given questions. Notice. Dear staff, as CEO of Age is just a number, I am committed to making our organization a place that has a positive impact not only on the seniors we serve but on the wider community. To achieve this goal, we have created the Committee for Public Service. The committee has already been meeting to brainstorm ideas for connecting with various groups of people who are interested in volunteering to work on service projects throughout the community. The committee would also like to hear from the staff regarding these projects. In the next few days, you will receive a survey by email. Please take a few minutes out of your day to complete it. The results are anonymous so that the committee can gather your honest opinion. The work to improve our community will be ongoing, but I am pleased with the initial steps we are taking. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. What is the main purpose of this notice? Option A, to notify staff about organization's latest community outreach efforts. B, to introduce staff to the members of the Committee for Public Service. C, to require that staff create a service-oriented environment for seniors. D, to encourage staff to apply to join the Committee for Public Service. Where A is the correct option, to notify staff about organization's latest community outreach efforts. Question number 17. Compare the student text with the source. Source: Rene Lewis, world's first ocean system targeting plastic pollution to launch in 2016. Published on Al Jazeera America 29th May 2015, plastic debris, most of it in the form of tiny beads known as microplastics, can be found on up to 88% of the surface of all five oceans. Student text. Up to 88% of the surface of all five oceans is covered by plastic debris, the majority of which is in the form of microplastics. Lewis. Is the student text plagiarized? Option A, no, it is not plagiarized. B, yes, because it fails to use quotation marks. C, yes, because it fails to cite the source. D, yes, because it fails to use quotation marks and the cite source. So option A is no, it is not plagiarized because he has written the text in his own words. Question number 18, review the following details and answer the below given question. Skiers and snowboarders can check current weather conditions prior to hitting the slopes. Avalanche forecasts are available from the American Avalanche Association. Skiers and snowboarders can take an avalanche safety class to learn how to test snowpack stability, avoid dangerous routes, and use safety equipment. Choose the best topic sentence to introduce a paragraph containing these details. Option A, the best way to reduce the risk of being in an avalanche is to know how to avoid one. B, skiers and snowboarders should be able to recognize snow stability. C, skiers and snowboarders must be aware of snow conditions before going into avalanche terrain. D, none of these. So option C is the correct option here. Question number 19, which of the following is a thesis statement? Option A, I intend to show how exposure to second-hand smoke in public places is harmful to people's health. B, research has shown that exposure to second-hand smoke in public places can be harmful to people's health. C, a complete ban on smoking in public places an appropriate response to mitigate the harmful effects of second-hand smoke. D, all of the above. So here C is the correct option. Question number 20. Consider this claim. On a safari, a giraffe would make a more useful companion than an elephant because a giraffe could spot dangerous animals from far away. Now consider how someone might argue against this. Which statement presents a strong and appropriate counterclaim to the above claim? Option A. Giraffes are so tall that everything on the ground looks tiny to them, so they would not be able to see predators approaching. B. Elephants are brave and strong, so they would be better than giraffes at fighting or scaring off predators. C. Elephants can use their long trunks to drink water, eat food, and pick up objects from the ground. D. None of the above. So here B is the correct option. It is the appropriate counterclaim of the claim given above. Question number 21. Which logical fallacy is used in the following text? Does she do well in school because she is smart, or is it because she works hard? Option A. Appeal to nature, the assumption that natural things are always good. B. False causation, the assumption that because two things happen together, one caused the other. C. Slippery slope fallacy, the false assumption that a small first step will lead to extreme consequences. D. False dichotomy, an argument that presents only two choices when more options exist. So D is the correct option because there are only two options. Question number 22. Complete the following text with the correct pair of words. According to Dr. Chen, there is only one known dash side dash associated with this medication: excessive sweating. Option A, adverse effect. B, adverse effect. C, adverse effect. D, adverse effect. So B is the correct option here. According to Dr. Chen, there is only one known adverse side effect association with this medication. Question number 23. Read the following excerpt from a student essay and answer the below given question. Of all the field trips we have taken at school, our trip to the Newburgh Art Museum was the most enjoyable. I saw different kinds of art that I had never seen before, like paintings, photographs, and sculpture. Seeing actual artwork rather than pictures of artwork in books influenced me in several ways. All in all, this trip was a truly life-changing experience. It gave me new ideas for my own art and it made me consider pursuing art as a career. How can the writer best improve his or her organization? Option A, by swapping the first and second sentences. B, by swapping the first two sentences. C, by moving the last two sentences to the beginning. None of these. So here option B is the correct option. You can swap the final two sentences. Question number 24. Complete the following analogy. Conclusion is to introduction, and as poverty is to poor, successful, wealth, influential. So A is the correct option. Poverty is to poor. Question number 25. Complete the following text with the best word. Relief was dash after Dalton applied a cold compress to my bee sting. A, brisk. B, instantaneous. C, hurried. D, punctual. So B is the suitable option here. Question number 26. Look at the following thesaurus entry. Claimer, part of speech is noun. Definition, noise. Synonyms, din, racket, tumult, uproar. Which would be the best likely to cause a claimer? Option A, bike. B, a flute. C, a party. And D, none of these. So C is the suitable option here. Question number 27. Consider this claim. It is better to text than to talk on phone with your friends. Now consider how someone might argue against this. Which sentence presents a strong and appropriate counterclaim to the above claim? Option A, if you talk on the phone, you don't have to wait for a reply or wonder if someone got your message. B, people spend too much time on their phones, so they should put them down and talk in person. C, talking is better because you can just blurt things out rather than having to think about your words. D, none of these. So here B is the correct counterclaim. People spend too much time on their phones, so they should put them down and talk in person. Question number 28. The Latin word nefas means immortal act. What does the related English word nefarious means? Option A, deadly. B, evil. C, unfortunate, and D, depressed. So B is the correct option. It's evil. Question number 29. Complete the following text with the transition that best disconnects the two pieces of sporting evidence. Gambling on sporting events should not be legal in any state. Gambling has been shown to foster a significant increase in crime in communities around the country. Dash, legalization encourages gamblers to try to sway the outcome of games, ruining the integrity of sports. Option A, in other words. B, by way of illustration. C, furthermore, and D is none of these. So furthermore should be written in the blank. Question number 30. Read the following recipe and answer the below given questions. Blueberry muffins. Preheat oven to 400 Fahrenheit and line a muffin pan with paper liners. In a large mixing bowl, beat 4 eggs slowly. Add 2 cups of white sugar. Continue to beat. Add 1 cup vegetable oil and 1 teaspoon vanilla extract. In a separate mixing bowl, combine 4 cups all-purpose white flour, 1 teaspoon salt and 1 teaspoon baking soda. Add dry ingredients to wet ingredients. Do not overmix. Gently fold in 2 cups sour cream and 2 cups of fresh blueberries. Spoon batter into muffin cups. Bake for 20 minutes. Let rest for 5 minutes before removing from pan. Who is the primary audience? Option A, school cafeteria bakers. B, young children learning to bake. C, professional pastry chefs. And D, home chefs with some cooking knowledge. So D is the correct options. The audience is home chefs with some cooking knowledge.